Hello students, welcome again to our TEJAS series, and I hope you all must be enjoying the questions, solving the questions, thinking about them, discussing them among your friends, and then you must be learning a lot from this series. If you have any suggestions for us, like if you want few more type of question or anything, any type of suggestion, please let us know with the by commenting with the help of comment box, and then we will try to change a few things accordingly. But the purpose of this series is very clear. The purpose is to prepare you very well for the upcoming JEE mains and JEE advanced paper with the help of the questions. So as I said in the beginning, I am repeating it, that while discussing the question, I will try to discuss the concept as much in detail as I can, bachon, okay, and everything related to the results or concept I'll be using in solving the question. So whatever is required, I'll be discussing it in detail, so that if you are going through this video, this solution, then you will learn a lot from here. Okay, so let's start. So that's the first question which you would have got today, and of course you would have found that these questions are from coordinate geometry. So given x minus 1 into y minus 2 is equal to 5, so which curve is it, is the first question you need to ask yourself. So of course that's a curve of rectangular hyperbola, a shifted rectangular hyperbola. I will compare it with capital X capital Y is equal to 5. Okay, so that's a rectangular hyperbola, isn't that? And whose center is x minus 1 equal to 0, that is 1, and y minus 2 equal to 0. So with the point where these two lines, which line, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2, these two lines intersect, that's the center of this rectangular hyperbola. And of course I don't think anyone will be having any doubt related to this curve. That's a standard form of the equation of circle here. Okay, so given that these two curves intersect at 4 points A, B, C and D, if centroid of triangle ABC lie on this line, then locus of D is the question. So these two curves, see, why, you must be thinking that why are we and how are we going to get locus? We get locus of a point which can move in on the plane or in space. So why is it that point D is a variable point? Because of the radius R here. It's not a fixed radius circle, it's a circle whose center is fixed 1 comma minus 2, but radius is a variable. So you have infinite such circles. Okay, so because of infinite such circles, you will have different collection of A, B, C and D. And since the centroid of the triangle ABC is moves on this line, hence our point D will also move accordingly. Okay, so let's start here. So the point is given is x minus 1 into y minus 2 is equal to 5, and x minus, these are the two curves which are given. One is rectangular hyperbola and second one is a circle here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so see, though I always try to draw the curve whenever I am solving a question of coordinate geometry, always and always. But here the point is, and since it's a circle of variable radius, so of course I can't draw so many circles, so I'm just showing it with the help of a one circle. Okay, and that's the let's say hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola. So something will be like this. Okay, so it will be something like this. So let's say these are the 4 points A, B, C, and that's the point whose locus I want. So I will assume it to be in terms of h comma k. Whenever I have to find locus of a point, I start by assuming that point to be h comma k, bachon. Fine. Now how will I start? Say, first of all, see, it's really very difficult to solve it. To get 4 points of intersection using these two curves, we have to solve them. Normally that's what we do, but when we solve it directly, it's really going to be very difficult. So what will I do is, I will say, okay, let us replace x minus 1 by capital X, y minus 2 by capital Y. So this equation is x, y is equal to 5. That's what I wrote in the beginning. So accordingly I will change it, so it will be x square, but it's not y minus 2, it is y plus 2. Okay, so y plus 2 is nothing but capital Y plus 4, so it is capital Y plus 4 whole square is equal to r square. Now what? Now definitely I can solve them easily, rather we all can solve them easily. How? I will, first of all, I will replace x from here. So I will replace x by writing x as y by 5 and I will put this value here. Is the easiest thing we can do, isn't that, bachcho? So it's 25 by y square plus y plus 4 whole square is equal to r square. So what do we get? We get a biquadratic equation in y. So it is 25 by y square plus 16 plus 8y minus r square equal to 0. Now let's take LCM. We get y raised to the power 4 plus 8y cube and then plus 16 minus r square. I know that these terms are not going to be of any use for us, but it's still okay. Fine. Now look at what are we looking for. See, we have to be very clear. We are looking for centroid of the triangle ABC. That means if I assign the coordinates, the vertex A, the coordinates of, let's say, x1, y1, B, x2, y2, C, x3, y3. It's centroid. It's centroid somewhere here, maybe. G will be x1, c. That's what are we looking for, the sum of the coordinates x1 plus x2 plus x3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3, because it is given that centroid lie on this line. So we are, of course, if the point lie on the line, we need to satisfy it on the line, isn't that? For that we need to have these values x1 plus x2 plus x3, y1 plus y2 plus y3. So what does that mean? So that means if we got a 4-degree equation, definitely what are we going to claim here? So I am going to claim here, this imply let y1, y2, y3 and y4 be its roots. But definitely we need 4 roots, then only we are going to get 4 points of intersection, isn't that? So we need 4 roots. So what am I going to do? I will say, okay, let us find the sum of all the roots, because that's what we need. Though in terms of small y, but of course, let us first get in terms of capital Y, then we'll convert it to small y, isn't that? So what is it? So it's minus 8, minus b by a, minus 8. Now let us put the value. So y1 plus y2 plus a small y3 plus a small y4, since capital Y was y minus 2. Okay, so I think you people remember it. Capital Y was y minus 2. So minus 8 is equal to minus 8, that got cancelled. So from here I can write y1 plus y2 plus y3 is minus y4. So which I will say are the coordinates for the D point. Okay, so of course it should be abscissa comma ordinate, isn't that? So it will be x4 comma y4 here, which I assume to be h comma k. So we got one relation, that's it. Now similarly we need to do for capital X. So that will be a bit lengthy process, but then we have to do it. Fine. Or is there any chance of getting it separately, bachcho? We can get it, but okay, but still, chaliye, let's do it the simpler way. The simpler way is, now I will put y as 5 by x here. So x square plus 5 by x plus 4 whole square is equal to r square. Okay, so we get x raised to the power 4, and again here, since I'll be looking at sum of roots, so I'm just concerned with the 4-degree term, the highest degree term, and the cubic degree term, because sum of the root is minus times the coefficient of cubic degree term over the leading coefficient, the coefficient of x to the power 4. So are we going to get any cubic term here? I don't think so. We won't get, we won't get. So there won't be any cubic degree term, because when you square it, so it will be 5 plus 4x whole square, and then you take LCM, so it will be, next term will be x square, and then we will have some x term, then some constant term equal to 0. What does that mean? That simply means sum of the roots is how much, bacho? That's 0. Sum of the roots is 0. So again, so it was capital X was has to be x minus 1. So it is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 minus 4 equal to 0. So from here I can write x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 4 minus x4. Now since the centroid lie on the line y is equal to 3x minus 4, so don't forget that. So therefore y is equal to 3x minus 4. Now the coordinates of centroid is, instead of y it will be y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 is equal to 3 times abscissa of centroid will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and minus 4. Let's put the value here bachon. So this is how much? So this is y1 plus y2 plus y3 is how much bachon? So that was minus y4. So it's minus y4 by 3, which is k, don't forget. And this is 3 gets cancelled, and this is 4 minus x4 minus 4. Is that so? Yeah, that seems to be that, like that. Minus minus got cancelled, so it is k is equal to 3h. Therefore locus, according to me, if I didn't commit any calculation error, that should be the answer. So the locus is a straight line. So the locus is a straight line bachon. That's it. So now we'll be solving the next question here.